Kia ora. Heavy rain on the western coast of the South Island as we start the day, and we are going to find more of that wet weather as we head through the rest of today, Monday into Tuesday as well. Particularly on this feature here, pushing in towards Fiordland and Western. There are some heavy rain warnings already in place for those areas, and we'll also find watches up for that heavy rainfall into Buller and some stronger winds making their way ahead of this front down in towards parts of the Canterbury High Country as well as we go through the rest of today, Monday, in towards that first part of Tuesday. So something to watch out for as we head through the next few days or so. Some wet weather and some more blustery conditions as this front moves northwards. The heaviest rainfall down through Fiordland and then towards those southern parts of Westland, but the strongest winds out on that eastern side in towards parts of the Canterbury High Country as we head through the daytime. You can find more about these watches and warnings on the Met Service website. As we head through the night time, we'll find this front continues to move north as it brings that wet weather up in towards Buller and in towards those northern parts of the South Island. Ahead of this, we'll find more cloud pushing up towards the north, and I think we are going to find a bit more of a breeze running in towards the likes of, say, the Marlborough Sounds and around Wellington, a rather blustery end of the day for us. But I think it is going to be a relatively mild night, temperatures-wise, at least around those cloudier periods across the top of the South Island. Lows not much lower than about 13 degrees Celsius for Nelson, while we get some clearer skies up across those central parts of the North Island. We'll find our temperatures back down to about 5 or so. As we head on in towards Tuesday, you can see this front continues on its northward journey. It brings that wet weather and those showers on towards the North Island. Not too heavy a burst as that front runs through. You can see we'll always keep a fair bit of cloud and shower weather on that western coast, but out east there's plenty of dry weather and some nice spells of sunshine. So if we start off on the North Island for tomorrow, we'll start with a fair bit of cloud. There will be some breaks first thing through places like the Coromandel and the Bay of Plenty. That cloud thickening up though as these fronts push closer towards us, some showers forming across many spots to the west. You can see though the eastern coast keeping hold of some clearer skies and some brighter weather, but even here we'll have a bit more in the way of cloud later on. Showers forming and running across the likes of, say, Auckland and Northland as we head through the afternoon, perhaps merging together to give a longer spell of rain for a time as well. And we'll keep more cloud down around the hills to the north of Wellington as well, keeping things rather cloudy as we head through the daytime there. In terms of our temperatures, here we are, back to highs around about 21, 22 degrees Celsius for many spots through Hawke's Bay and Gisborne, even up to around about 24 in the best of the sunshine, and even around about 20 degrees as well for the likes of, say, Auckland, and nothing too cold as we head through into the early hours of Wednesday morning. Down on the South Island, again, we are going to find a bit of an east-west split. More cloud and wet weather on that western coast, and we have still got those watches and warnings running through in towards the first part of Tuesday as well. Out towards the east, generally things are looking at drier and clearer, even through Otago. Any early showers soon clearing away, and most of the morning is looking pretty decent. You can see though by the time we head through towards the end of the day, that next lot of wet weather moves in towards the south, and we are going to find that creeps northwards across Otago as we head through in towards the evening time, reaching in towards the southern parts of Canterbury as we head through the night. But the heaviest rainfall once again through Fiordland and perhaps skirting around that southern coast of Southland. But where we get those clearer skies and those northwesterly winds, we'll find our temperatures really picking up once again on that eastern coast. Highs once more, 24 degrees Celsius for Christchurch, 25 as we head up towards Kaikoura, cloudier and cooler on that western coast, but still 16 or 17 degrees Celsius for many spots in Westland. Over the next few days, well, it stays pretty unsettled. We get more of these systems pushing up from the south and keeping more of this wet weather on the western coast. Out towards the east, I think we'll find things are still generally a lot drier and brighter, some clearer skies coming through there. But as we head on in towards Wednesday and through towards Thursday as well, we'll keep an eye on low pressure running across on the Tasman Sea, set to bring more cloud and wet weather back towards those western parts of the country. That's it from me. This is from metservice.com.